In this video, we're going to look at sinusoidal graphs. A sinusoidal graph can be written in one of two ways. It is either written as y equals a sine b brackets x plus c plus d, or y equals a cos b brackets x plus c plus d. And what is a sinusoidal graph? Well, basically, it's just any graph that looks like either a sine curve or a cosine curve. And there are four main parts. A tells you the amplitude. B helps you find the period because the period is defined as 2 pi over b. C is the phase shift, left or right. In this case, if it's positive, it goes to the left. And D tells you the vertical shift, either positive or negative. So A is the amplitude, and you can find that using the formula, the maximum, so that's the largest value of the graph, minus the minimum, the lowest value of the graph, divided by 2. The period is equal to 2 pi over b. C gives the horizontal translation. In this case, because it's positive, it is to the left. And y is the equation of principal axes. If you move a graph vertically, positively or negatively, the x-axis used to be right in the middle, halfway between the maximum and the minimum. But if you move it by a factor of d, or a d units, the principal axis either moves up or down, and you can find the new maximum, the principal axis, using the formula maximum plus minimum divided by 2. We're going to look at two types of question. One, if we're given the equation and we have to draw the sinusoidal graph, and the second one, if we're given the graph, we have to derive the formula. Example 1. If f of x is equal to 4 sine brackets pi over 4x minus 2, for x is between 0 and 12, on the grid below, draw the graph of f of x. So in this type of question, you've got to work out the amplitude, the period, any horizontal or vertical translations, and you get all that from the equation that you're given. So we know that A is equal to 4, so the amplitude, so that's the amplitude is 4. We can work out the period. Well, the period is equal to 2 pi over b, or in this case b is pi over 4, so the period is equal to 2 pi over 4, which is equal to 2 pi times 4 over pi. They cancel, so it is equal to 8. A period of 8 means that every 8 units the graph will repeat itself. There is no C, so there's no horizontal shift. So D is equal to minus 2, so the new principal axis is minus 2. So I'm going to draw in the principal axes. So now we can start drawing the graph. So I've drawn in the principal axes. So because there is no horizontal shift, it's going to start at 0 minus 2. So let's change colors. So it's going to start at 0 minus 2. It's got an amplitude of 4. So it's going to go up to a maximum at 2. At x equals 2, then it is going to start coming back down another 2, so it's going to go there. Then at 6, it's going to go down, so -2 minus another 4 is going to go to -6, and then it's going to come all the way back up to 0 at x equals 8. So that is the first cycle. And now, because we've gone from 0 to 12, we have to keep going. We don't want to go to the left at 0 at all, so we leave that, and we only want to go up to 12. So at 10, it's going to go up to 2, and then at 12, it's going to come right back to 0. So we can now start drawing in the curve. There we go, down, back up. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. And then all the way back down. And we can see that we do have a period of 8, because it's going, a maximum is going from 2 and then another one at 10, so that has got a period of 8. We have got an amplitude of 4, and there is no phase shift, and the principal axis is at -2. So I think in an exam we would get probably full marks for that. Just make sure in an exam that you do not go to the left or to the right of the period that you're given in the question. In this case, x must be between 0 and 12, no others. Question 2. This diagram shows part of the graph of g of x. G of x is given by the equation p cos brackets q brackets x plus r plus c. Find p, q, r, and s. P, Q, R, and S are just A, B, C, and D. So we're given part of the graph. So the first thing we need to do is work out P, Q, R, S. Well, P is the amplitude. So the amplitude, we can see that the amplitude is going from 0 to 2. So P is equal to 2. Now we need to find Q, which is related to the period. So if we take 2 points on the graph that are the same, so we got a maximum at -2, we got a maximum at 4, so we know that the period is equal to 6. So therefore, we know that 6 is equal to 2 pi over Q. Therefore, Q is equal to 2 pi over 6, which is equal to pi over 3. Now we need to find R, which is the horizontal shift. Right, the equation that we're given is that it is a cos function. That means that normally a cos function, the maximum is at 0c. So somewhere on the y-axis. Right, we could move this either to the left or to the right. I always tend to move it to the right. So the phase shift is this distance here, so it is 4. So because it has gone to the right, R, which is the phase shift, so R is equal to -4. Now we want S, which is the vertical shift. Well, there isn't any vertical shift because the x-axis is still the principal axes, so therefore S is equal to 0. Now that we've got values for P, Q, R and S, we can construct our equation for our graph. So we know that G of X is equal to P cos Q X plus R plus S. Therefore, G of X is equal to 2 cos brackets pi over 3 brackets x minus 4 close brackets, no S, so the equation is G of X is 2 cos pi over 3 x minus 4.